Hello. It's my turn now. Well, mine and Harry's. So, how'd you guys enjoy whatever the heck was going on previously? I saw a lot of PBR in there. Like a lot of PBR. Cool. So, I've been told to play this a bunch of times, and I've actually never played it before, which is probably shocking to some of you, but you get to see me crack into this. I hope I like it. It sounds like my kind of thing, so. Move shift timer. Okay, so open shift standard. Do I just want to do open shift? I mean, I like the idea of a more relaxed period. Yeah, hell with it. Play their own pace. Oh, we don't need regular drain, right? Or, disabled, enabled? I mean, I should just leave this up to you guys, maybe. Pacific Drive's been sweet. Yeah, alright. You guys will just give me plenty of air. Oh boy. What do you mean deteriorated? I mean, it's not really a new breed of worker. They probably just migrated to space from Bangladesh. Is it? Apparently that's one of the major shipbreaking yards. And it's very, very dangerous work. Oh, goody. I got a job. Revoked. Whoa, okay, that seems a weird thing to mention. Insubordination. Okay. Profanity. Oh, there's not enough room. Revival package. Okay, yeah, sure. Voice identification. Orientation stand inverted. But what the heck? What the heck is entomeritarian? Chicken rules. I solemnly swear that I have no criminal record. Medical exam. No commercial or real estate interests in the asteroid belt of the nation state of Arizona. Sure. Oh, man. The lies upon lies. I will vote for Chancellor Chung Jiang in the Pan American Senate election. Onwards to the tutorial. My hat is getting keyed out? Why is my hat getting keyed out? It's black. Ding 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 dong ding dong ding 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 doing. I imagine this will probably be good grist for my comic, because
each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard. stars and heaven above. To return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet,
Cutting it awful
what's
close.
the next cutter that takes his seat?
Oh man, okay, I know exactly the concept art that this is aping on for Dune. Oh shit, who was it? Wasn't was it Chris Foss? Whoa, ho, ho. Get along, yo doggies. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Mm-hmm.
Hello, Cutter 9346-52. Your automated Lynx onboarding experience will now begin. Please observe this important message.
Space. Boundless promise.
Ah, I'm glad that the furries are still in charge.
A brighter future. It's here where hard workers like you, the backbone of civilization, will help us pave the way to the galaxy. I'm Calicia Rye Paulson, president of Lynx Corporation's Salvage Division.
Look at those
When my
cheekbones.
great-great-grandfather Exeter founded Lynx, he foresaw a remarkable opportunity among the stars. His vision eventually brought us the Railgates. Now spanning
Pew!
all the way to Jupiter, these are the veins connecting all of modern civilization. And the people flowing through them are its lifeblood. The Railgates reinvigorated humanity and are key
Is
to
that
our
guy okay?
continued progress. You've been selected from among thousands of candidates to join the Lynx family.
Oh, look how
This is
diverse
more
they
than
are.
just a job. It's an opportunity to be part of the largest, most successful, and most pioneering company in human history. Your dream may be to forge your own destiny one day. Well, work hard, heed your superiors, believe in the Lynx vision.
Get in the grinder, meat boy.
You too will get your chance. Your first step is to join our Ever Work program, the greatest gift we give our employees, turning death into an ongoing opportunity.
Sorry, what?
For learning and growth. With Lynx, death is a fresh start. Good luck.
What was that last part? All right, I guess we're consenting to having our
Video
fluids
observation
removed.
complete. To finalize onboarding, your genetic sequence will now be extracted for use with the Lynx EverWork Asset Replacement Program. Don't worry, pain levels during extraction are largely tolerable. Please note, as outlined in Section 31 of your employment agreement, the process of genetic extraction will destroy your original body.
Sorry, hold up.
Beginning extraction now.
Wait. We start the game pre-killed.
Extraction analysis and backup complete. Thank you. Beginning spare generation.
Congratulations, it is now safe to die. Excellent. Wait, hold on. All right, man, this is already so much like Subnautica. Although they gave you the bill at the end. I don't think that's a spoiler. Okay, so I'm dead and in debt.
All right. Breathe. You're okay. Everything's gonna be just
I'm not okay. I'm not even me anymore.
go. Plenty of folks feel a bit woozy with their first spare. Anyway, welcome aboard. The name's Weaver. I'm the foreman for yourself and a couple of other shipbreakers in this region. This here's Morrigan Station. She may not look like much right now, but once we boot her up, she'll purr like a kitten.
Meow.
All right, let's test out your orientation control. Do me a favor and look up at that cargo elevator up above.
That's a big one.
That's it. So that's where all the salvage gets collected to be picked up by the transfer crew. Just in case you ever turn yourself out of whack, use your roll thrusters to reorient.
Oh boy. I see it's gonna be one of them. Huh. Okay, I'll try to pretend that there's a floor.
All right. Now let's get you flying. Activating your thruster controls now. Try moving around.
Easy does it. We
Now vertical control. Looks good. Now, to finalize these movement checks, I need you to fly to these waypoints.
Just real quick, I'm gonna check video. Oh, why is this so? Is there any like field of view? Okay. How do I? Okay. Ah, this one. I'm sure I'll find the miserable secrets in my own pace.
To be a cutter myself, you know. Till there was some complications with my last revive. Those are early days in the tech, though, so never you mind about that. Oh, almost forgot the most important thing. Brakes. Get yourself going at a decent clip, and then test them out, why don't you?
So if I go... Wait. Oh, it's both at the same time. Ah, I see. Screech. I mean, my headcanon is that he has like fish legs or something. Or maybe just like fish feet. Not like fins, just like entire actual like... Urged.
All right. Looks like the bay here was left in a bit of a mess.
Rude.
We're gonna clean this crap up. I'm gonna activate the furnaces. Now.
The what's now?
Dang thing. Would you just...
Oh, I shouldn't be here.
There you go. So these furnaces are used to melt down soft metals. Should go without saying. These things are hot as all get out. So, try not to drift into them by accident. Okay. Let's get a handle on your grapple tool. This fella here is a shipbreaker's bread and butter. This is how we move salvage around. Activate the beam and hold it to grab an object and move it around. If not too give it a go and move one of these pieces into either furnace. So, when you're holding an object with the grapple, you can retract the beam. This will pull a light object to you. If it's heavier than you, It'll pull you towards it.
Oh, neat. Come on now. Oh, that one's too big. That's a big booper.
Nice job cleaning up that soft
Oh, boy.
scrap cutter. Huh. Let's move on to the bigger nanocarbon chunks now, shall we? You may have already noticed that these are too heavy to move with your grapple. I'm enabled to check out their structural makeup.
Okay.
Go ahead and boot it up.
Hang on, I want to get the rest of these.
Material accepted.
Every bit counts. Easy does it. Yeah, yeet! Because the scanner is T.
This motor you're
Mother of God.
to assess an object structure.
Dogs get subs.
It's the Dougler.
Oh god, the green screen is terrifying.
Oh, right, because she's wearing a high-vis
Control
vest.
give me the go-ahead to get you covered.
Dogs get subs. Dogs get subs. Dogs get subs.
I'm close to the camera.
Dogs get subs.
Jane looks so confused.
Good job, dog. You're free!
Go on.
You got quick access to all your tools.
Look at that, one sub! Woo!
Hooray!
Open up your
You
tool
want your air
selector
on?
and choose the cutting tool.
What's that?
You want your air on?
Oh, yes, please. Cuter. There we go.
Cutting tool
I have a
has
cuter.
two modes.
Turn down the other
First one,
you literally get worse
it's
off.
designed for vaporization of cut points like this. You ready to perform some zero-G
Nope.
factory cutter?
First time.
Well, let's split this scrap so it's light enough to move.
I need to get closer. Cutting, 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 cutting.
That's how you do it.
Dead.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Let me boot up the processor so you can salvage these. Do me a favor. Look on over at one of them there. Yeah, so I can see if they activate right. Yeah, perfect.
Where's the process?
Wish me
That's-
luck here, Cutter. Me and technology ain't always the best of friends.
Seems.
Hey, all right. We're in business.
Nope.
Now swap over to your grapple and toss one of those pieces you separated right in there.
Get. Oh, they're big and heavy. Go on. Get. There will be no consequences to doing this. Whoop. Oh man, that's gotta go all the way in there. Okay. Floaty, floaty. Hey!
We're almost done getting this bay in shape. Let's go after that large aluminum chunk over there.
Hey, my UI's kind of fucky.
Now this beast is way too heavy to move as is.
I'm still moving.
Here to break it down.
Uh-oh.
And there are no structural cut points for us to take
Hang on.
advantage of.
Uh,
We're gonna have to switch over.
ah, shit!
Detected. This incident may be recorded for training and quality purposes.
Well. Don't worry, we'll just print off a new one. Blech. $8.
All right. Breathe. You okay? Got yourself good there.
I sure ain't.
Happens to the best of us. Always good to review your spare replacement form. See how you can avoid future mishaps. Too many spares will rack up the debt, and that's how they get you.
Oh yeah, that'll be just the worst.
Get back to work. Weaver out.
Equip the split saw. Cutter grapple. Swap tool. Oh, hang on a sec. Cutter. Ooh.
Now try changing the angle of the cut. We're in business.
Hey, wait a sec. This is on loan from
Split that big chunk quick.
fucking Dead Space.
Go ahead and give her a whirl.
God, I'm glad there's not going to be any necromorphs here.
So you can track how much work there is left.
Yeah, this is what's happening on the other side of the universe.
And how much you've lost. For now, let's try and hit that first goal marker.
Cut.
About, Cutter. The more salvage goals you complete, the closer you'll get to hitting your certifications and ranking up.
Like butter. Now, how small can we get these, I wonder? Oh, it's still so heavy. Okay, let's get a little closer, but not too close.
Raw material processed.
Whatever.
Credits deposited.
Zorp. Oh, because it's lighter, it's getting drawn in. So now, I'll get you old Grarple. Yeah, so this is a blind play. So I would say like tips, like ask if I want tips on thing, and I'll answer you. Try to avoid spoilers.
Great first shift in the yard, Cutter. Let's head on over to your hab and I'll show you the ropes.
Oh man, have we got the 4-day work week as well?
I'll put a marker on it so you can find it easy. When you get there, head on in and we'll get started.
Oh shit. Phew. Okay. Into the hab. My other headcanon is like I'm just running in the spot. Even though it does nothing. Oh, that's gonna hurt. What? Air brakes. Oh, I broke a bit. Man, 300,000? Sick.
New certification level has been achieved.
Oh, do I get
License level
space
increased.
forklift? Wait, my debt is $1 billion? Okay. It's a spork lift.
Ship breaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Welcome to your new home, Cutter.
Yay!
There's everything you need. This is officially called a ready-made long-term employee habitation something or other. Around here, we just call it your hab. Now, how's about you get yourself some rest? We'll pick up your training in the morning. Sleep tight there, Cutter.
I'm like 20 minutes old. Do I need rest?
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Today's weather report, clear and sunny, with a high of minus 270 degrees.
Rise and shine, Cutter. Hope you're well rested. Ready to continue your training? Okay, let's have a look at your employee terminal. Now, let's get caught up on career progression and certification. I've sent you a message with an explanation. Go on and give it a read.
That's good. Employee terminal. Oh. I do like that it's, a point and click for just this area. Oh god, emails. The screen is so dirty.
Clear as mud? Don't worry, I'm here to walk you through the process. Soon enough, I'm going to introduce you to some of the other shipbreakers. Most of them are willing to help you out, too. All right, let's start a new shift and pick your first ship to work on.
Blah, 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 blah. Ship catalog. I definitely punted on where that is. Or is it... Oh, hang on. Wait. Unplanned death. As opposed to that, like, deliberate. Ooh, cup of coffee. So I guess I go... Oh, here we go.
Ships you have access to. Each morning, you can choose to continue working on the ship you got or start a fresh one. Go ahead and claim one, and we'll get to work.
The Corpulent Valentine Express. Deal. Thumbin'.
She's all yours, Cutter. Your primary goal is to reach rank 3. Now try to remember, nanocarbon goes in the processor, aluminum goes in the furnace. Try to salvage the entire ship if you can. We call it using the whole buffalo. You'll hit your certs faster that way and start knocking out that debt of yours. I'll be observing and giving you any help if you need it.
Oh,
Good
shit.
luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
It's all built and stuff. Oh, well. How do you eat a horse? One bite at a time. Panel. Oh. Just go inside. What is that? There we go. There's all these structural members. What's this? Can I eat it? Golly gosh. Titanium. Well, nothing ain't nothing meets nothing. Let's see. Okay, what's this one? Right. Now, can I chop this off? Oh, above cut grade. Interesting. So I can't chop that, but I bet you these I can with Thingor. Okay, so... Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, now what is this held on by?
I know these ships look intimidating to scrap at first. Trust me.
Ha!
Soon enough, you'll be stripping the huge Gecko-class freighters like nothing. Got my start, salvaging back down Earthside, in the droid scrapping biz. You know what made me come up here? One day, we got a batch of this particular model in. One of them kinds with synthetic skin and everything. We almost never saw people looking ones like that. They're always too expensive to manufacture. Seems someone found a warehouse full of them, mothballed for, 20 years or so, since the AI ban took effect. Probably bought the whole lot for pennies, thinking they could turn a tidy profit with the salvage.
They were building a harem.
These things looked exactly like my stepbrother Jed. Even had the same slack-jawed expression. Now, Jed and I wasn't exactly pals or nothing, but all the same, I couldn't bring myself to start smashing that dopey face. And that's when I looked into getting on with Lynx. I tell you what, it's a sight better to cut up something that doesn't look like a family relation. Anyway, I'm running off.
Right?
I'll clear the channel.
Yes.
Holler if there's anything giving you grief up there, Cutter.
Okay.
We're out.
Doop 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 doop. Do that 50 more times. Awesome. R. Cutter. Did you know my grandfather on my mom's side was the last person to be issued a scrap dealing license in Ontario? My mom literally grew up in a junkyard. And he would, my grandfather, Junkie Jack, he would do stuff like, I mean, you'd use the normal kind of tools one would expect for scrapping, but also he would use dynamite. And I think one time, like, an engine block from a car that he blew up landed awfully close to one of the farmers nearby, and I think that caused a bit of a flap. So, oh shit. No. There we go. It's all detailed, both in my mom's autobiography, Aurora Borealis, ALICE, and her book, Scrappy Jack, which I think just came out. I should know this. Okay, what the hell is this thing? Or is it just a doohickey? Alright, whatever. I ain't being paid enough to worry about none of that pig shit. Sorry, space pig shit. The movie Space Truckers is not very good, but it did have designs by Ron Cobb, and the square pigs were very good. Yeah, it's not a good movie. It has such lines as like the cyborg guy when he's like trying to bang the space chick. He's like, my equipment outputs a low intensity wang pulse. I mean, it was better than Leprechaun 4 in space, but I mean, oh, that's cheeky. Whoops. You just started watching the Leprechaun movies? You are in for a trip. They are very poor. Don't talk shit about Jason X, it rules. Like, my favorite part of that movie is when they're like, oh, we need to somehow distract him or he's gonna like kill us all. And so they put him in like a holodeck simulation, and the simulation is like it's like a summer camp, and there's these two hot co-eds, you know, and they're doing a sleepover, and they're just like tee hee hee. It's like we're hot co-eds. And they're just sort of like peeking out of their sleeping bags. And like the next scene is Jason's got one of the sleeping bags like a sack of potatoes, and he's just wailing on the other one and goes, ah! Ah! Crunch! Crunch! It's, yeah, like the movie's worth watching. It sucks, but like it also kind of rules. Evaluating bad movies is tricky because there's like so bad they're good, and then so like it, you know, there. I think we used to refer to it as the Pac-Man effect, where a movie like it keeps getting bad and goes worse, and then eventually it will re-enter the screen as on the opposite side as genius. But you can keep going and come around again, and then it's just dog shit. I think I've probably talked about this like many times before, that I think the best sort of like bad good movies have to be completely earnest. What was that? Oh, that was my heat. Because a lot of the sort of trying to be campy movies are not very good. Like, you can tell that they're, it's like a, you know, it's like a forced meme. Jesus, I guess like that term is probably even an anachronism. Like they have to honestly suck. Like they were trying to be good. And it just didn't happen for them. Yeah, like those are some of the best watch and play games, is the ones that like really tried. Like that's why Prayer Warriors is as good as it is. It's because like that movie has no sense of irony. None at all. And golly, is it ever... Wait, no, that's... I better not get disorientated. Oh yeah, it's definitely better to be, like, entertainingly shitty than to be boring. Yet, Beauty Copter was maybe in a different category of its own, because, like, I don't even know if that game necessarily was bad. It was just really, really out there. Like, it was very peculiar. Whoopsie doodle. Okay, so this one is processor bait. Oh shit. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Now let's just nice and easy go down. Down. You'll like down. Yeah, I kind of think that Beauty Copter was sort of a success attempting to do what it was attempting to do, whatever the fuck that was. Oh, it's so lightweight. I've never worked with titanium, but apparently it's a pain in the ass. I much prefer, like, steel and copper alloys. Oh, did you see that fucking go?
Deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Get in there. We've definitely played art games on Watch and Play that were a lot sort of, like, way shittier. Wait, what? Why did it thumbs down my aluminum? Don't you like aluminum? You must eat your aluminum. It's good for health. Yes, why did it not like? There were two... Oh, okay, so... I got it. I need to make sure that it's thruster cap. Oh, sorry, let's back up here. Okay, what are you? Oh, I need to get to the outside to take this off. Okay. No smoking. Get out. What kind of lousy retro future is this? Why? Oops. Why am I still going down? Oh, right, it's spacebar to go down. Never mind. We... Stop. Stop. Oh, shit, the whole thing's moving now. Inertia. I'm gonna have to remember that when, get to cutter. Zorp. Easy now. Zorp. And this thing goes in the square hole. Okay, so this whole thing is... Hold on. Is this whole thing solid nanocarbon? It looks like it. It's different colored, right? Or no, wait, what? I gotta check that rim. Just make sure it's not the same thing. Titanium, also processor. Okay, so it is two different materials, but they are compatible materials.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Big thinky. Okay, so if we want to move this thing, let's back up. It's funny, I probably have like a small handful of transferable skills for this kind of thing. It's like, if you do smelting, you definitely don't want sort of like contaminant materials. This is gonna bump. Yeah, it's fine. Does paint count as a contaminant? Sort of. Like, okay. There's a lot of projects online that talk about how you can smelt aluminum cans. And you can. And as like just a sort of a beginner kind of, just for funsies project, that's all right. Aluminum cans are a really shitty source of material though, because like they're full of additives and, they're lined it with plastic and they're covered in paint and, like all that shit is going to burn off, but you're going to get tons of what's called dross, which is just a, it's smelter leavings. It's just like a sort of it's dank granola, dank metallic granola, and that's just sort of like waste of material because you have to skim it off the top, where it thankfully floats. But the less of that you have to do, the better. I'm not actually sure. Like slag is kind of different. Like dross, I believe specifically refers to contaminants floating on smelted metals. So like they skim dross off of molten steel in foundries actually. Slag is silica glass. Now, are you sure about that? Because in the sandblasting industry, they've been looking to move away from silica as a blasting media, which is just like material, because it causes silicosis. And one of the materials that they're using is copper slag. So I think that I'm not sure. Maybe when it's dry, maybe when it's like cooled, it counts as slag. But that's interesting. Solid distinguished from slag, which is liquid. Huh. Now that's weird. I'm sure it's like a bunch of semantic stuff. Oh, it's above cut grade. Shit! Yeah, we can still punt it. I have never seen titanium smelting. Steel smelting is awesome. It's wild if you've ever seen it, because the way they do it nowadays is in an electrical arc furnace, which might be one of the loudest things imaginable. Like, I've only seen videos and the noise seems absolutely appalling. It's like a big pot and there's three, I don't know why it's three electrodes, but it's like these three huge, I want to say carbon electrodes, and they just like pump, electricity practically like straight from the power plant into it, and it goes bzzzt. Nothing's louder than a shuttle launch. Shuttle launch volume is loud enough that the sound energy itself liquefies concrete, is what I heard. But yeah, smelting steel is pretty wild. I saw a very good video. I say good, it was just like somebody was disgruntled. It was someone threw, quite maliciously, they threw a 2-liter bottle of water into the smelter. It was not good, my dude. You know what happens when water instantly converts to steam inside molten steel? Well, they created worse than a bomb. They just made a volcano. Get thee hence. Yeah, it was real bad. That's like a thing you don't do. Someone else also brought up a sort of adjunct thing, which is another one of my fields of interests. Is kiln guns. So, rotary kilns are a huge industrial machine used for, I'm trying to remember what exactly the material it is that they process. I think it's some sort of ceramic or something to do with concrete maybe. But anyways, it's just like a big drum that's very hot and it rotates and the stuff inside gets heated. And when you've been running it for a long time, it gets all crusty and disgusting. And you used to have to cool the whole thing down, stop it, and send some poor bastard in with like a breaking bar and a pickaxe to just like chip away at it like a wally before you could get back into being productive. Until some clever bugger was like, what if instead of that we got a really, really, really big shotgun and just knocked the crusty bits off at range. Somebody was like, oh yeah, shit, that'll totally work. And so they did. And they have specific made for this purpose shotguns. And I mean, I say shotgun, they're not really something that you could ever possibly use yourself, because they're basically bracketed to the floor. They actually have a little bit in common with oh hell, what's the name of them? The on old naval ships, swivel guns, I think. They're a little bit like that. And they basically just spam 8-gauge shot shells and clean the slag off. It's actually kind of funny. I've seen videos of them, and there's like one guy there in like a Nomex suit, you know, sitting there just like shooting, and then there's another dude with like a big, like a carton, and he's just like putting them in, because it's like a single shot kind of thing. It looks like fun. The smelting process is very, very wild. I mean, you've got me talking about metal, which is a mistake, because I'm going to talk your ear off. Actually, I can connect this to something that came up during monikers, because they were mentioning my guillotine, which I manufactured from plans that somebody sort of put together. There were never any standardized plans for the guillotine, but it was like their best guess of what that would be like. Okay, so this is all furnace shit. One of the it listed all the materials that would be required, and the blade was supposed to be made out of iron. But guess what? You can't get structural iron anymore. It is not really manufactured by anyone. It's like very uncommon because it's all being replaced with steel. Because steel is almost strictly better. For most purposes, steel is better, but there are a few things that iron remains in use for. Oh, there we go. Which is a shame. I'll get to some of the interesting things about structural iron, because like before the advent of steel, iron was used for everything, and I actually didn't realize that early iron tools you could case harden them, which I thought was very interesting. So the fundamental difference between iron and steel is like steel is just iron with a specific amount of carbon in it, and the carbon alters its properties to make it way stronger. And I mean, there's like different ways of accomplishing that. Steel also like will usually have other additives in it, like chromium, molybdenum, manganese,
Credits transferred.
phosphorus, maybe. There's a bunch of other shit that they put in. Nickel, vanadium. Depending on the needs that material has to serve. It's like, you know, we want it to be more corrosion resistant, or we want it to be able to be machined really easily, or, you know, we want it to be really, really cheap. I hate to tell you this, but steel is not non-GMO. Oops. Right, so yeah, I couldn't find structural iron because it, like, basically as a material for commercial use just doesn't exist. There are a small handful of like specialists, or sort of like, you know, who cater to those particular needs, and you see a little teeny tiny bit of wrought iron occasionally, but even that a lot of the time is like wrought iron style steel. You know, it's like fucking fake bullshit, which is annoying. And of course, cast iron is still alive and well. What distinguishes structural iron from regular iron? Gosh, that's tough. I think I'm differentiating like wrought iron from cast iron. And as I mentioned, cast iron is still in use because one of the nice things about it is that it casts very easily and it is cheap. But it's also very structurally stable. Like, I think it might be more structurally stable than steel. So it's very, very hard, but also quite brittle. But sometimes that's actually an advantage. So, for example, if you see a lot of certain like industrial equipment, you'll notice that like the body is made out of cast iron, and then like the moving parts are made out of steel. And that's because like the iron, A, it's easy to make, and B, it's going to like hold its shape very, very well. Weight's also a big factor, because like sometimes you actually want something to be nice and heavy. I think cast iron also makes decent lapping plates, but that's like an entirely different tangent on its own. But one of the more fascinating things that taught me a little bit about this was in Japan, their woodworking tools are quite different from Western style woodworking tools. They have wood planes that are called kana, and they look really, really simple. but are, characteristically Japanese, very, very skill demanding. Oh, did I send that the wrong way? God damn it. Oh well. Japanese woodworking rules, by the way. I'm a big fan. There we go. So they're... Oh, I keep sending it to the wrong... Wait, no. Structure, aluminum. Oh, wait, are there... No, structure, aluminum, panel, aluminum. Huh, weird. Yeah, I'm talking about metal too much. I'm getting distracted from metal. So yeah, a Japanese style wood plane is essentially just like a square block, like an oblong block of wood with a blade sort of angled through it. And it's very deceptively simple because it just sort of holds the blade at an angle. But as you would expect of Japan, there's an entire like galaxy of super bespoke kind of, ultra specialized materials. I think that's one of the ways that like all these former sword makers kind of stayed in business. I'm gonna cut the frame. Oh, okay. I kept trying to cut it and it wouldn't go, but maybe I'll try again. And so the weird part about these is that the really, really nice kana, they're the blades, which are made by like, actual bladesmiths.
Raw material deposited.
There we go.
Transferring credits.
They will try and source old British structural iron to make their blades out of, but only the blade body. The cutting edge is carbon steel, and this is so weird. The reason they want this particular type of iron is because it's soft to the point of almost having metal fatigue, and that makes it have desirable characteristics for this particular application, because this is going to be really hard to describe, but at a certain point, once you've like sharpened and resharpened your blade enough times, you need to do what's called tapping out, which is, that's an MMA or MMA. Yeah, it's an MMA thing, but you strike the blade body in a specific way that like sort of pushes out more of the hard steel for you to continue sharpening, because these tools are made to last like hundreds of years. And apparently like old British structural iron, which there's a dwindling supply of, is perfect for this. And so you'll sometimes get these kana made by, high-end Japanese smiths, and they have bolt holes still in them from when they used to be part of a bridge. And boy, does that tickle me. Is that supposed to be glowing? That's fine. Oh, that got hot. Pre-nuclear iron? I don't know about iron, but lead, certainly. Which is really strange, like Roman lead. This fucking blew my mind. So radioactivity is very easy for... Well, we're able to detect it in itty-bitty, teeny, tiny amounts. And unfortunately, that means that contamination, even in like very small amounts, is difficult to completely avoid. And for certain like super ultra precise operations, that's a pain in the ass. So, right after 1945, when the gadget was exploded, so began the contamination of Earth's biosphere with really small amounts of radiation and really big amounts of radiation elsewhere. And so I think particularly in like what the hell are they called? It's like particle detectors or something. There's like some sort of scientific machine whose precision really benefits from having a very clean supply of lead. And they source this lead from sunken Roman ships that have been quietly sort of slumbering far away from the meddling of humankind and have retained a lot of their sort of like older properties. Oh right, yeah, water is a very good. Okay, this goes to the furnace. Yeah, that's just like bonkers to me. Lead was used as a ballast, yeah. It's really good. It's nice and heavy. I was watching this YouTube channel called Acorn to Abella. Okay, this is furnace stuff. Easy now. And it's a bunch of people who are restoring a very old it's not a tall ship, but it is like a sailing vessel. I don't remember the name of it. It's kind of like, one of those, whatever type of ship like the Blue Nose is or something. And when I say restore, I mean they basically rebuilt it from scratch. Apart from like, I think a little bit of the hull schooner. Yeah, that sounds about right. Something like that. Okay, this gets processed, but hang on a second. Oh, is there? Oh, sneaky. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a ship of Theseus. Anyway, I brought it up because one of the episodes they poured the keel, which involved them taking a fuel oil furnace, fuel tank, like the tank for a house heater, and filling it with molten lead and then like pouring it into this enormous wooden mold. Gosh, that must have been an exciting day. So it's very cool. Okay, so Zorp. I hope I'm doing that right. Gerbil. This one for, oh come on. Too many structural members. But yeah, you got like all these bits with them, bendings, timbers and shit like that. Oh yeah, I guess they would have they finished it and I think they're onto something else. Because it's like, I suppose once you're once you sort of specialize in putting together sailing ships, I mean, what else do you do? I mean, besides sailing. Have I seen any art from Bloomborough? I haven't actually seen much of it. These sets, they keep coming out like faster than I can think about them, I'll be honest. But yeah, I mean, it looks like, what's the name? I mean, there's a bunch of like sort of children's books that it is sort of reminiscent of. I wanted to say Toad in the Hole, but then Beatrix Potter, that's the one. Redwall, Mouse Guard, yeah, those are the ones. I haven't read those, but I'm like familiar with them. Furnace. But yeah, I wanted to say Toad in the Hole, but which is not accurate because I think that's like a UK breakfast thing. Where do I learn all this stuff? 2 places, 3 maybe. I'm fascinated with it, so I will seek out research. There's a lot of resources on YouTube, and also by fucking around with it yourself. But there is actually, I think, a skill in sort of like, I suppose what I'm doing is research. It's like, very informal research, like not sort of academic research, but it's research nonetheless. So I'm like, this is interesting. I wonder how this works. And you look up some videos and then you sort of like through experience learn how to, pick the valuable information from the horse shit. I don't read a lot of wikis actually. There's sometimes, what is actually a fascinating source for information on a lot of things is old, like, American and British, industrial ephemera films. A lot of which are on, YouTube, but like, those can be really good because the government, I think, would just like, arrange to have these sort of things filmed. I'm not even sure who the hell the audience was supposed to be when these were made, because they're from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they would be pretty good, but it's just like, today modern steel is in great demand, here's how we make it, and it's like 20 minutes of just amazing footage of the steel making process, and then explaining how steel is made, and then sort of showing sometimes like really great sort of like 50s infographics, which have been, of course, hand animated. It's a gas. I love it. There's also other resources like part of some of the milling and lathing skills that I picked up. Just I mean, if you've never heard this before, metalworking is my hobby, and so I've picked up a whole bunch of different skills. I picked those up by watching old MIT instructional videos, which again, like they're slightly out of date, but a lot of them are kind of universal. Like there haven't been that many advancements in manual machining. Like obviously CNC is a whole different galaxy that I haven't touched on yet because Jesus. But those videos are great because it's like incredibly informative and very dry. It's like this dude in a button-up shirt and a tie and like huge horn rim glasses, like, today we're going to learn the fundamentals of the Colchester lathe. Colchester lathe is a tool that allows you to create rapid prototyping for your industrial application. It's like, it goes on like that, but it's all just like raw information. And they're like very formal about, stuff like safety and all those things. So yeah, like a lot of academic stuff is just free. You can watch it, you can learn it. But yeah, some of my favorites are like that because it's just like no bullshit. But yeah, you definitely do need to get a sort of curator skill. So you're not learning from the guys who are smelting iron in their backyard wearing cutoffs and flip-flops. Dang it! We fucked up. Yeah, I think just sort of like evaluating information is its own skill, and I wish I could tell you broadly speaking how to do that, but it really is just like, I think you'll want to be thoughtful about sources correlate them, like watch a couple things and see if trends emerge. So yeah, and there's like lots of places to start. There's also, I don't necessarily know that there's like a correct place to start on one thing or the other. And a lot of these fields, they all sort of are adjacent to each other. Like metalworking is adjacent to woodworking, and you know, metalworking is also adjacent to, you know, like all sorts of metal processes, which is adjacent to chemistry, which is adjacent to physics, which is adjacent to math, and you know, they're all interconnected and have sort of like relevant relations to one another. It's like, you know, sometimes we talk about what's called shop math, which is the frustrating realization that like once you get into fabrication, you still have to do goddamn math. It's not exactly like a simplified version of math, but it's just like a specific form of math. I'm just glad that I can look these things up using calculators. I mean, sometimes the extent of your math is actually just like knowing what chart to consult and letting some other poor bugger do it for you, but like knowing that that's correct. This is the point where I am going to direct everyone who has even like a small interest in hobby machining to the Little Machine Shop, which is a store that caters to the hobbyist, but sort of hidden away in their website. It's not actually hidden. It's just, you know, a well-kept, you know, open secret. If you go to their website and you click at the drop down, they have a heading called the Information Center, and in there is something called the Machinist Calculator, and it's the most useful goddamn thing imaginable, because it has this like old school HTML looking UI. Oh shit. How do I get this off here? This is titanium. Hold on. Nanocarbon. Nanocarbon. Titanium. Yeah, it's this like very crude website, and it basically has like cheat sheets on a whole bunch of processes. Like you can look up feeds and speeds for a variety of different processes, like lathe, mill, you know, just like turning, drilling, all that shit. There's a chart where you can look up what hole size you need to drill to tap something, and conversely what size rod to have to use a threading die on. It's awesome. This is gonna be like complete gibberish to anybody who doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, but hey, yeah, it's very good. Bonk. You don't have size H bits? That's okay. You can just sort of like wiggle a smaller bit. Actually, I mean, you joke, but the guides, particularly like for drill sizes, it will show you all the sort of like information statistics, and then it will actually say you don't have this size drill. You can use a so-and-so instead. Because, like, with all these, like, ultra super specific things. Oh, God, you live near a steel mill? Woo! Do you ever see them breaking skulls in the slag pits? That's a fun thing. They collect these pots of slag. And they'll drive them out to like a ditch and pour them out. And sometimes they've partly hardened, and they're sort of like lava cakes. Or they're sort of like, they're called skulls. Whoops. Oh god, there's all this junk everywhere. Oh shit! Yay. Well, we might as well get the rest of this. We gotta tidy up. Yeah, and sometimes they'll get like a big sort of hydraulic or like a front end loader or something to bust them up. I thought it was wild that like until pretty recently there was a coal mine in China that used to use steam locomotives to move product around. Because like they didn't stop working. That's one of the things I love about old technology is a lot of it like never stopped working. And sometimes there is a really good reason why we stopped doing it a particular way. And other times it was like a dumb bullshit reason. Like we started making, you know, we started sending the work overseas and made it out of dog shit material. Only the finest Chinesium alloy, which is found everywhere in the world. It's not specific to China. Yeah, okay. So the thing with asbestos, that's actually a great example because asbestos, we had to stop using it obviously because it caused asbestosis. It's really, really bad for you. Like it's just the worst. However, I don't know if you knew this, but asbestos is still the best. Mesothelioma, that's the one. It still has amazing thermal resistant properties. And I think it still sees limited use. Do I just have to knock this shit out? That's what I learned about acetylene when I got some to do cutting with. It is... Ooh, god damn it, come on. It can be dangerous. It can be fickle. But it is still king shit when it comes to welding heat. It's really, really hot. Like, it's a dangerous, smelly, dirty gas that gets really fucking hot. And that makes it great. It's actually, gosh, the tangents I can go off on. Thrifting is my other hobby, and thrifting intersects with all these other interests that I've been talking about. And I recently got a couple of miners' lanterns, and this, like, they're very cool to start with, but also just like the reality of what they are is astounding. So I'm sure you've seen like old-timey photos of of like coal miners, face all black, and they have like a light on their head. Before they had electric lanterns, they used to use carbide lanterns. What's a carbide lantern, you might ask? Well, it's a gorgeous little brass lantern that drips water at a very measured rate onto chunks of calcium carbide, which is a chemical that reacts with water to generate acetylene gas. I think it's actually how places like how gas, like welding gas suppliers manufacture their welding gases. So it would make a small amount at a measured rate, and it would come through like a nozzle in the middle of a reflector, and you would like flick a striker, and it would ignite it, because acetylene gas burns really bright, like shockingly bright. So coal, like old-timey coal miners, just so you know, they were
Processing valuable deposits.
crawling around deep in the earth with no PP except for like a helmet, with an open flame on their forehead. Anywho, I do want to figure out where I can get some calcium carbide, because I want to, I obviously want to try and get them to work. Unfortunately, I think import restrictions on that sort of thing are a little tricky in Canada. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get some. So I'm going to ask around, see if there's like a museum or something. Yeah, maybe a spelunking group, or... Because, like, we have enough, do not mail us calcium carbide or any other dangerous material. Do not do that. It's just like, what's in here? Oh, uranium. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe even a welding supplier, if I like make puppy dog eyes at them, they'll, give me a handful. But we'll see. You don't want two components of thermite separated by wax paper? Nah. I actually picked up
Good morning, shipbreaker.
an Aladdin
Links to access
oil
the
lantern
hours of
today,
Any
or
excess
oil
lead
lamp,
time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
which, first of all, I, basically just found out about them. I'm trying to find a reasonable price on a mantle, because it's
Go ahead and pick
it's in great shape, but it has no mantle, which is a weird little like dealy cage thing that like the way it works is it doesn't Aladdin brand. I think it's from the 30s. I'm also probably going to take a break in a second here, grab some nosh. The way this particular type of lantern works is it doesn't actually like create a flame on its own. It creates a like very hot flame that heats a mantle that glows at about the equivalent of a 40-watt bulb, which is like nutsoid. Anywho, I'm going to take a break. Don't go away. Suck your fluids, and I'll be back. Beep boop. Beady boop. Beep boop. Oh. Aw. Decor. AU. AU. Talking of gas lanterns, I think one of my unicorn things to obtain is God, I don't remember what it's called. It's a Soviet kerosene thermoelectric generator. Basically, it turns kerosene into enough electrical charge to run a radio. Sure, why not? Yes. Because, yeah, that's fine. Thumbs up. Oh, it's so stripy.
Hold up a second there, Cutter.
No, you can't tell me what
Because
to
you
do.
increased your rank, we're going to give you the next greatest ship. Now this one will be full of machinery, electronics, furniture, all stuff that Lynx can collect and resell. You're going to want to throw those items on the barge. That's, the big green thing below you. Go ahead, have a look. Toss any valuable objects or components down there. Don't worry about breaking anything. There's a dampening field that'll catch everything. Works great. Most of the time. Let's give it a go.
Golly gosh. You know, fuck it. Let's cut the head off. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so there's 2 members there, 2 members there. Whoops. Bonk. Then there. You know, I was a little concerned that I was going to have, like, harsh nausea from the, like, no way is up, but I guess the sort of, like, slow pace really helps. Okay, now that should have freed the mandibulars. Haha! Yeah, yeet! Away with you.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Well, we can cut this thing off, I think. The crusty mandibula. That definitely sounds like the part of a crab. You know, that, like, we just throw away, but it's like a delicacy elsewhere. I was kind of flabbergasted to find out that, like, kudzu, which is a invasive species in North America, is food in Vietnam, and they're very confused why it's supposedly a problem, because evidently you can eat it.
Please be more
Dang it! Because, yeah, man, I mean, if you wanted an effective and all-American way to get rid of all those plants, eat it. You'll just have to deep fry it first. Same with carp. Well, I mean, it's not a secret that carp is edible. Okay, what is this shit here? Glass. No, kudzu is not a magic thing. Like magical eat people kudzu is a magic thing, but kudzu is a type of is it a type of ivy? Or vine? I don't know shit about plants. I got a brown thumb. The reason I like succulents is because they tolerate me. Did that cut? It looks like it's cutting, maybe. Oh shit, did that work? Ha! Hell yeah! You're gonna be marbles! Or maybe a champagne flute.
Raw material accepted.
Did it say wow material? Kudzu is coming into the soft you kudzu? Now, if somebody can figure out how to deal with a Scotch broom, that'll be good. What the hell's this? Oh, just a fuel tank. And crates. And a musical sting? Don't know what that was all about. Asteroid shard. Oh. Did they get domed? Airlock control. Unpowered, no dice. What are these? O2 canisters. I'm guessing... Now, how were these loaded in the first place? Because, like, that would be the smart way to take them out. Oh, actually, the smart way... I'm thinking... This is aluminum. Can I just slice this out? Hang on, I just want to see if I can cut this. U.S. Spanish-American War battleships. You ever read the was it the Battle of the Ironclads? It's like the Civil War, and also like kind of the first time armored warships sort of went head to head. Hayao Miyazaki actually did a little comic about it. It's kind of great. I think it was just kind of an awkward stalemate because they were like spamming each other with cannonballs that like couldn't get through. Yeah, the Monitor versus the Virginia. Or the Merrimack, yeah, that's the one. It is hilarious. Because, like, they basically couldn't harm one another. At least not in a useful way. The Monitor is... Okay, like, of those two ships, I definitely like the Monitor. It's very doofy, but I think it's awesome. Also, how low it sits in the water. It's just like one of those ships that's like just barely not sinking. Okay, so this is... Okay, so I need to... I mean, the Monitor having like a turret that could not only like traverse at 360 degrees, but also could like alternate cannons. It was pretty cool. Whoops. Yep. Am I remembering correctly that, like, very early, like, sort of like mid and post Civil War warships used wood in their armor? I mean, it was a hybrid at first, as I recall. Whoop. Bonk. No, it's not free yet. Yeah, ironclads. Yeah, if you look up, it might actually even be on archive.org, Miyazaki's Dream Book. His little comic about it is awesome. Now, is this free yet? Oops. How did that come off? I definitely don't know anything about it. Okay, so that is furnace. Boink.
Raw material deposited. Transferring credits.
I got composite armor. I mean, composite is really just like two things stuck together, so I guess like a burrito is a type of composite. Now, do I want to just like tear the entire bottom out of here?
Valuable component destroyed. Penalty applied.
Beer. Where did it go? Oh. I guess they got it. Yeah, that'd be funny. It's just like, is a taco a sandwich? It's like, it's a composite. Fuck you. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's park ourselves here and see how much shit we can grab. Come to me. Boing. Goodbye.
Salvage deposit confirmed.
Pizza's an alloy? Is it? No, okay, well, like, bread dough is an alloy. Okay, what's this? Pipe junction. Ooh. Okay. It's very valuable. Is that what it's attached to? and a base. Oh!
Note that prolonged exposure to high temperatures can lead to employee burnout.
Hiya! Whoop! Oh shit! No, please. Whew. We're fine. Okay, now how was I supposed to do that? Or did I just like burn it for too long? Like this is... Okay, let me see if I can do it if I feather this. Where's my hacksaw? What's this? Ooh, a light. Well, can I, like... I would love to remove the tank first. Can I just pull it off? Is it really that stupid? Oh, for heaven's sake. Sweet! Wait, where's our... Oh, okay. Fling yourself. Fling yourself. Okay, so that's the thinger. Gosh, we sure did make a hack job of this. Well, you know, this is all processor schmang. Might as well get that going. Biff. Oop, no! Come back! Oh, you fucker! Okay, go.
Raw material deposited.
Yeah, that was it was pretty clutch.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Wibbly, wibbly, wibbly. Man, that is gonna take somebody out. I suppose if I was a maniac, I could, like, deliberately blow up parts of the ship just to demolish them faster.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Okay, what's this nacelle? Oh, is this whole thing worth money? Hold on, this is... Biff. You deal with it. So are we gonna pull in a ship with an Ellen Ripley in it? Don't actually tell me that.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Well, part of the reason I'm like sorting the... I'm not like sorting the small bits, I'm getting them out of the way. you know, a dirty work site
Object processed.
is,
Credit.
well, which hole do you throw Ripley into? The airlock. Is this something I'm considering coming back to? Oh, maybe. I mean, I still have Pacific Drive to deal with. And I don't imagine... I mean, I'm sure somebody else is going to want the play it forward slot. And they're well deserving. I don't know who will be next. Whoa, that's... Yeah, whatever.
Cutter? That thing was supposed to go on
Oh,
the
shit!
barge. Let's try this again.
God damn it! Sorry. Boss is mad. Ah, okay, that's... Get...
Nice work. Got that pretty quickly. Now, let me teach you about the kiosk.
The what?
Once the training wheels come off, Link's regulations mean you gotta cover your own oxygen and fuel costs. That's the way things go. Turning it on now.
Wait, what?
Now, no need to panic. They'll last you a good while. But if you end up running out, you gotta top up at the kiosk over there. Let's have a look.
Oh, man. Oh, right. We. Hey, somebody's gotta pay for those oxygen makers.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000.
Wait. Demo charges? Neat. Oh, I'm at full height. Okay, it looked like my suit was fuckered. There is a break. Thankfully.
Good stuff, Cutter. Pretty easy, right?
No niños.
All right. I'll leave you to it. We'll chat again when you've hit the next rank. Weaver out.
Screech! Oh, shit! I'm okay. I'm another one of them, champ.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
See ya. Gosh, I hope that's... Yeah, that's all blue stuff. I say get in there.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
We have a... It's fine. Spotted JB well to patch that right up. Yeah, I think this game has the kind of inertia that makes hard SF fans seethe. If you really want to piss them off, just like talk about radiators. It's a weird thing. There's a lot of very valuable information on I think it's called Atomic Rockets. But there's also some of the most joyless motherfuckers alive. Like, Jesus. It's funny because it's like this weird, you know, awkward intersection between like hardcore science grognards and like storytellers. What? Oh, god damn it. Like in my, I haven't like actually showed this, but like a thing that isn't, I can't say headcanon because like it's my actual canon, canon, which is of course like fake and stupid sometimes. The inside of a lot of the technology in my comic has a little handwritten note that says plot device do not examine.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Yeah, you know, it's like a thoughtful application of hand wavium. That's the thing, is like you do need to be able to make meaningful choices about like what you hand wave, when, why, and how. Yes, please read Space Shipping and when you have a chance. For those of you who don't know, I make comics. And I have one that is like actually pretty similar in tone to something like this. Oops. What the? Oh. Ah! I can't cut it. Fucking midi-chlorians. Yeah, that's the other thing, is like if you try too hard to wrap everything up in a neat little bow, it fails. New Space Shipping one. As soon as I can, like I unfortunately, like on the last strip, I bit off more than I could chew and then choked to death on it. And that that was not so great. However, I do have like a 1-page about Allie that I've been working on that should not require too much more work to finish up. Wait, is this... Gurple, gurple, gurple. No, now I'm just completely lost in the sauce here. Yeah, I definitely need to draw more of my space cuties. Oh good, this is detached now. Oh, you're a heavy bugger. The sort of like I sometimes say that space shipping is secretly a utopian fiction. I'm still trying to convey all the stuff that I have like in my head that hasn't made it to the page yet. But the idea that I had was that like in this future that I've created, like some of the broad strokes are like the wealth ceiling kept going up, but the poverty floor came up dramatically. So the worst you can do is now not quite as bad. It's like everybody has. It's an ongoing. It's like everybody has a shitty job they kind of hate, but everybody. It's like the very bottom rung you can fall in society is like having an annoying data entry job, a capsule hotel, clean drinking water, and all the like nutrient slurm you can eat. Everybody gets free krung. Everybody loves krung. Well, I mean, they sort of... Does one have feelings about krung? It's just like krung is a thing that I ate. My favorite thing about krung is like the jokes just kind of spin themselves. Krung is. If somebody is able to link the infographic on krung. I mean, people have probably done like krung-based sex acts. It's just like, this is very boring. A lot of the stuff that I did in the setting was like certain super sci-fi tech exists, but it's just like kind of crappy or full of problems. Like, there is some faster than light travel, but it sucks. Like, the one that like really properly works is gateways, but they're super expensive and always undergoing maintenance, so their use is kind of limited to government, military, and wealthy guys trying to impress their girlfriends. They're like expensive toll roads, where it's just like, yeah, this would get us to Mars really, really fast, but it would cost an arm and a leg, so we'll just take, I don't know, a couple weeks with an ion drive using heavy xenon as propellant, which is definitely something that exists. Is krung edible packing peanuts? It's a trade secret. You can use it as packing peanuts. You can also use it as emergency wound dressing. Or insulation. Well, certain packing peanuts are edible, like the cornstarch based ones. Yes, I am also the silver lining on all this like dreadful AI stuff is that, you know, like it is not pulling its weight at the bank, and investors are, I think, getting wise to that. They're like, Hey, wait a minute. This is a fad. Okay, yes, technically airplanes are edible. Oh yeah, packing peanut. Well, some packing materials made out of corn. Yeah, just like everything. Like Americans are made out of corn. Tell me I'm wrong. Go on. Refute me. And soybeans. I mean, Canadians are probably made out of like some part corn and
Credits transferred.
we don't have like anywhere near as much HFCS in Canada. I'm trying to think what our thing is. Yeah, I mean Goldman Sachs talking shit about your you know, your hustle is probably bad news. That's a weird, like weirdly a bizarre way that I find hope sometimes is one time I said that like greed was gonna save the world, like very tongue-in-cheek, basically just because like I hypothesized that like the end of the world was a poor business situation that would not be permitted to come to pass. And you do actually sometimes see that a little bit. Like when I found out about the divestment movement, which kind of like gobsmacked me. Which, if you haven't heard about it, my understanding is that the bloodthirsty vampires that own all the fucking money in the world, the writing is on the wall about fossil fuels, and they know it. And because their solitary motivation is money, they are pulling their investments out of fossil fuels because they do not have a future. And that's a really cynical motivation, but you know what? I'll fucking take it. Oh, hell. Yeah, the Ferengi approach. So it's just like, such is the grist of like comedy that I go for. You know, it's not to say that it's going to be like sunshine and roses, but I don't know. Because I have such a vivid imagination and like a anxiety disorder to contend with, my standards for like what counts as being okay enough are sometimes pretty low. You know, people will talk about things being disastrous. I'm like, but we're still gonna have like oxygen and like water, right? That's still gonna be there? Okay, that's fine. It's like the XKCD comic about the pain scale. Where the doctor is asking him, and he's just like, you know, rank your pain on a scale of like 1 to 10, where like 10 being the worst imaginable pain. And he ponders for a second. It's like 2. And I'm exactly the same way. Because like and that's why that scale is like such a, I mean, not worthless, but like a pain in the ass, where it's like, for some people, like a 10 would be stubbing your toe. But like a 10 for me is the worst pain I could imagine, which would be like, I don't know, full body burns, or like that dude in Law Abiding Citizen, where he like saws his arms and legs off and shit. It's like, that's a 10. spoilers, by the way. The movie's just, well, it's not amazing. Yeah, a 10 to me is like an electrode wired into the pain center of my brain and a monkey like mashing the button. So it's not actually like childbirth is a 7? What the frick? I mean, like, pain scales for women are even more screwed up, so it's got a paperweight on it. What was that, like? I think there was a I want to say it's a Blackadder joke. It's just like being struck with an arrow only to find there's a bill attached to it. Message for you, sir. God damn it. Stupid pipe junction. There we go. I mean, also to be fair, I don't think that I've had to refer to the pain scale, luckily.
Processing valuable object. Credit awarded.
What's this? Nanocarbon. I want it. Ugh. What's a polytron? There's a video I saw recently. I don't know how I ended up here, but it was like a guy voluntarily being stung or being bitten by a giant centipede, which I think he said was worse than a bullet ant, which is like, he got kind of incoherent. I was like, man, why do you do that? Why? Why?
Accepted for processing.
Yeah, our suit's fine.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay, I've just discovered something interesting. That I think... So if I go like this... Oh, I was trying to transfer my inertia. I think I was supposed to hang on to there. Oh well. Whoosh! Also, for those of you like complaining of kidney stones, please, for the love of God, drink more water. I'm begging you. I switched to fucking green screen. It's got nothing in it. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I had to dramatically cut down sugar because it got the beatus. What up to all my, like, Wilford Brimley, compadres? Okay, let's get these seats out of here.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Oh, god damn it. What's that? Storage bin. Eh. Whoops.
deposited.
I think the barge stuff is worth more than the other things.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
I have you now.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Man, I feel like such a dunce for all the horrendous stuff that I drank. The problem is that like you'll be told a million times that like, you know, soft drinks are bad for you, and you'll be like, yeah, whatever. And then your doctor's like, your blood sugar's fucked. And you'll be like, oh, well, that sucks. Thing is, like, you don't have to like quit cold turkey. Just like
Account credited.
change a little bit. That's kind of how, you know, a lot of your would-be betterment tasks fall down, is because you like set your objective too high. It's just like the classic example being I have to clean the whole house, or I am a failure. It's like incorrect. You have that one's twofold, because like on the one hand, you know, it's just like you've sort of set yourself up for failure and disappointment, and also like low-key letting yourself off the hook for not doing stuff. Instead, do a little bit of something, just a little bit. It's like, instead of cleaning the whole house, clean a room, or better yet, clean a table. And then if you still have energy after cleaning that table, maybe clean a second table. Fuck it, go nuts. Excuse me. Yeah, perfect really is the enemy of good. But yeah, it is a really, really insidious way that you sabotage yourself. It's just the worst. You're like, it's like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. It's like, actually, are you a perfectionist, or are you like using a high level of using an unusually high standard to like kind of like keep yourself from feeling obligated to do something? Are you really a perfectionist, or are you just not, not like doing stuff? Come on now. Also, sometimes like doing a shitty job is better than doing no job whatsoever. It's just like, I threw all the laundry in a heap, but it's not on the floor anymore. That's a win. That's a W. Yeah, if you can't succeed, might as well not try. Yeah, that's a real uncomfortable one. I think, as Jacob was saying earlier, it's like a lot of the stuff that you struggle with may not be your fault, but the difficult part is that it is your responsibility. So, you don't have to be happy about it, and it doesn't need to feel fair, because it probably isn't. But it's like you gotta take care of it. It is okay to ask for help, though. That's another difficult one. It's just like allowing yourself to get other people to help.
Material accepted. Credits assigned.
It's difficult. But yeah, it's one of the worst things about misery is that it's comfortable and familiar. That's part of what makes it kind of pernicious. I hope there's not a light attached to that. fuck is that? Yeah, no, that's fine.
Deposit accepted.
Son of a... That's so funny. It's like, yeah, I got 1900 in aluminum, but I lost $7,000 because I scrapped a console. Piss. Oh, okay. So here's one of my personal life strats. This is so simple. This is part of how I got my diet under control, because I had to, change. I had to change things a little bit, and I was really frightened at first that I was going to, have to eat all this like really restrictive stuff, and I would no longer enjoy food and so forth. But it turns out it was okay. Frozen broccoli. Buy a whole bunch of those, keep them in the fridge, and every fucking meal, you grab a handful of that, and you nuke it for 2 minutes, and you eat it. You don't even need a goddamn fork. Just be a savage. Broccoli's so good for you. And it's actually pretty good. Like, I don't put anything on it myself. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like I just raw dog broccoli. Actually, sesame oil goes really great on Gailan. Yeah, I was pretty relieved that I could still have, like, sweet stuff. I just had to be more measured about it. Also, like, reflecting on what my habits were like before. Like, one night I remember, like, I was really thirsty and I got 4 iced teas and just, like, drank them in a bucket. And it definitely feels like, dumbass grown-up shit, being like, do you know how much sugar is in that stuff? It's like, it's actually appalling. Like, it's like, are you trolling? Hello, Beejus. I don't know if this would be your kind of shit, but it's very, very chill. What's that?
Feels like Descent.
It's Descent, but you don't go super fast.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, you're just like, na 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 na. I'm gonna scrap some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a little concerned that was gonna be a thing, but like you're moving around so gradually and you can control yourself. Well, one of the big things is like, oh no, I'm flying away. Brakes. So yeah, that's a big deal. So I've not been nauseous, which is good.
This is your first time playing?
Yeah, I ain't never played this before. We were talking about like very sugary beverages, and oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait. What's that? Oh, you fucker! I need to remove these riots.
Oh, before you lose.
Yep. I keep sending the wrong shit into the wrong hole. Sounds like my lovely. Where did that other crate go? Where the fuck did it go? Oh hell! Wait, is that it? That's. Yeet!
Really good. A really good sense of what's around.
Salvage secured. Account
Yeah, I mean, although the pace is very slow, so you can kind of you can also like turn things off. Like there's sometimes a time can be a time limit, but you don't have to. And I was like, cool, yeah, I'm down with that. Throw it in the hole. The valuable objects go in the square hole. Okay. So I'm pulling this thing apart. These yellow things need to cutter. Doop. How far you can travel? I don't think I want to know that. Like, it looks like I could just, dead drop into orbit, which would absolutely kill me to death.
Have a seat.
He will remember this. Bonk.
Microphone's not active.
Salvage
There
It
we
is
go.
now. There we go.
Cool.
transferring credits.
I mean, this seems very. If there's not a lot of, like, oh, your time's running out, it's like you have fuel and oxygen, I see, but it's like.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that stuff is like optional.
Okay.
So let's get the cutter. Whoop. Da-da.
I like the music.
Bzz.
Not what I expected.
It is very like.
On the frontier.
I mean, it is like very space truckery stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wait.
Oh.
Oh shit! Oh! Goodbye. Wait, am I still alive?
Yeah, head back to the kiosk on the starting platform. It says to fill up your whatever. Oh.
Oh, come on, you fucker. Oh, I'm toast. Why is this not working? Blech.
Oh.
That's okay. It's safe to die.
Injury detected. Submitted for medical assistance.
Great. Oh, you get clones.
Yup. You start the game fucking dead.
Great.
It's... Fetch me another Alex. This one's broken.
So, Cutter, I'll say one thing. You certainly ain't afraid of dying. You might want to try and keep your spares to a minimum if you want to pull yourself
Who
out.
said it? That was terrifying.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's got to make sense. Otherwise, you'd just be, like, icing yourself constantly. It'd be like, yeah, whatever. Fuck, there'll be another...
Like, chuck yourself in.
Yeah.
I don't have all the machinist tools, but I have some. Excuse me. They are, the site. Yeah, the little machine shop. This one goes in the octagon hole. Wait, they're both octagons. Ah, shit.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Hold on, sorry. No, that's... Dang it. Okay. So this is just like analyzing, like, orange stuff goes in the orange hole, red stuff
Oh,
goes
I see.
in the...
So
Oh, okay, so
cut
here's
things up.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try to strip off all the barge shit first. Bah!
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, I see. So you grab the stuff that's good.
Yeah.
You keep that, and you're going to get paid for that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then anything where you're like, you don't need to keep it. It either goes into like a recycling plant or an incinerator.
Yeah,
kind of
well, it's
idea.
like you can there's furnace and processing, which are like broadly speaking two flavors of structural stuff. So you got to like put it in the right hole. Mm-hmm. And then there's now being introduced this shit, which is like little goodies that I'm trying to extract.
Right,
And
because it's
so-
like there's value in not having to make more of these. Yeah.
Yeah. And these have like disproportionately high value, and they're easy to miss when you chuck a big panel into the furnace. And then,
Right.
yeah, there was a great one earlier. It's just like, you made 1,000 credits from this panel. but there was a console attached to it that's worth $7,000.
Yeah.
You're like, don't.
Uh,
Fuck. Oh wait, there's a bunch of shit in here. I think. Yeah, all this stuff. Wait, what? Eh. I wonder if O2 canisters explode. I wonder.
they should, right? Like you would assume that.
Well, explode in air quotes.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I mean, I guess depending on how pressurized. they
Oops. Oh, shit. Goodbye. I'll miss you.
are.
Oh, that is gone.
You've introduced an interesting artifact for other races to find.
It's just like cuts to like 4 millennia later. It's like we have finally rebuilt our civilization. What's that?
It's just a colony drop kind of
Yeah.
situation, yeah.
I mean, I am stealing material from Team 4-Star, but that's just because, you know, they're worth stealing from. Hey. God, that show's funny. Have you watched all of Dragon Ball Abridged?
I don't actually know, which is the weird thing. I feel like I've seen a lot of it.
They went up until the end of the Cell Saga.
Right.
And then we're just like, okay, we're done abridging this this series. And,
Right.
You know, of course, people, you know, demanded more, and I think they did a few clips from the Boo arc,
Right.
like just short little, you know, bits.
But not as a like, oh, we're
But
totally
not
going
as
to-
like we're doing the whole season.
Yeah.
Hellsinger Bridge also pretty good. I mean, if for no other reason than like Taka just like shreds. Do you even read my Christmas wish list? Eh. Oh, yeah, that can go there. A war against bugs and robots. I actually haven't played much Helldivers recently. Okay, I'm in this like weird spot where I have not been playing video games sort of recreationally. And it's weird, like it's something I sort of like fluctuate on. And you know, I think I've done that for a long time. Is that what is that? I'll wiggle it.
Valuable object accepted.
I think this thing is the whole thing. Because like sometimes it feels like work, or actually the arguably more pernicious thing is that like you play video games and you're like, I should be making content out of this and earning money.
Yeah.
It's like, no. I did really enjoy Helldivers when I was playing it, and I didn't feel too compelled to turn it into content. But I think I just got into other stuff. Is this? What is all this?
I think it said barge. Oh, but there's stuff on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I think I try to at least cycle my hobbies so that I'm not, you know, monetizing everything. I mean, that's one of the reasons why, like, I, for the most part, don't monetize my, like, fabrication hobby. Except when it's just like, hey, I wanted to build this, this guillotine anyway. Can I expense the parts if you use it for content? So, but yeah, I don't think I would want to like start churning out products and like run an Etsy store,
Right.
for like bespoke handmade goods. 'Cause it would be a pain in the ass. That said, I do have an Etsy store, and I am working on having some different merch that some other poor bastard is going to do the fulfillment on.
Ah.
So stickers, shirts, that kind of shit.
Right.
Valuable object processed.
That said, I mean, like, if somebody paid me a shit ton of money, I would probably, like, make a thing for them.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
Oh, we're running out of fuel.
Available for purchase at the Master Jack.
Apple. Hey, this isn't fuel, it's just PC duster spray. That would be an awful mechanic to introduce into this because, like, do you use it as fuel or inhale and abuse? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, I did it again. I should have used my brakes. Okay. Urge. Ah, we're toast. Fuck.
Cover 9346-50.
Wee.
Vital signs have been lost. Please reboot your monitor.
How many clones is that so far?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's actually not that many, like less than a half dozen.
Fair.
Yay!
I'm guessing, do you just go into debt? Like
Yeah,
heavy,
it just
heavy debt?
costs you more.
Right, okay.
Really am. But keep an eye on that spare count.
Oh, and my fuel's still low?
You're racking up the fees. Real fast.
He sounds...
9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Yay.
All right.
Have a nice day.
That clone became a meteor to Earth.
I guess, yeah, when they give you a new suit, they're not gonna just give
Well,
you...
they just rinse out the old one.
Yeah. Yeah, right? They just be like, okay, we'll just give them a repair the helmet, and then we'll, it's still got fuel in there,
Yeah,
so he
why
can have all
not?
that fuel.
God, okay, so I've been watching Mythbusters.
Yeah.
And they did the myth where, like, if you lose pressure in a traditional diving suit,
Right.
it squishes your body up into the helmet.
Oh, does it?
It's fucking true.
Yeah.
And it was horrible because they made, like, a very gory, realistic dummy. And they submerged it to, you know, like, enough depth that it was going to crush it. And then they cut the air supply and it just went... Oh, it was nasty. That is no way for somebody to die.
No.
Credits deposited.
This is the point where I tell you to... Okay, and when I say don't look something up,
You mean this?
I do mean it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to do it anyways. But, you know, you can't say that I didn't warn you. That is... I don't know if it's the same phenomenon, but Delta P... It's a thing with pressure differentials in underwater operations, and specifically how like a enormous differential in pressure can cause like a very, very, very powerful suction, enough that like I don't know, say like a human body could go through like I don't know a tap. There's an infamous one called the like Byford Dolphin incident.
Right.
Oh, it's so gory. It's so gory. Oh, and that poor crab.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the crab.
Yeah,
one.
that's Delta P.
Yeah.
Credits transferred.
Poor crab.
Yeah.
He was just crabbing around, and then he was destroyed by forces he could not possibly comprehend.
Yep. Barge.
Thank you. I was just like tunnel vision. Poor crab was just a little guy.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Oh, there's this whole plonk. Oh, wait, but there's a light attached to it.
Hell yeah.
It would be nice if they highlighted the bits better. I thought you guys wanted this stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that's supposed to go in the barge, it'd be nice if it was like bright green, but does the scanner cost you money and fuel and stuff too?
No, but like you can't do salvage stuff while you're in scanner mode, so you can examine stuff. Oh wait, there's barge.
You gotta cut it.
Oh, the
free.
hatch.
Yeah, I think you have to cut it free from
Oh,
the outside,
hell.
don't you?
Okay, let's survey this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
the two yellow bits on the outside.
clonky bonks.
Yeah. kata.
Kata!
Win the kata.
So sometimes, like, just when I'm by myself, I will randomly just go, change Leopardon. And I think that's at least partly your fault. It's just like, it just pops into my head. I'm like, change Leopardon. So fucking dumb.
That feels like a heavy shibboleth, like for people.
That's a big one. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have any idea what we're talking about. Like, that's our Hell Shake Yano. Which is in itself pretty fucking funny.
You know what I love about that though, like to have found out later the history that
Wait, there's history? I thought it was some bullshit they made up.
well, because it's Tokusatsu Spider-Man, right? The
okay, yeah,
the
yeah.
whole idea of like this is like okay.
Oh, okay.
So the origin of superhero series was Japanese Spider-Man. That they got the rights to do this, obviously, and they made the series, and it was crazy. And they were like, oh, we know kids like giant robots and kids like motorcycles. Like
We'll just
we know
throw
we can
all
sell
that
it.
shit in.
Exactly, right? And what I think is great is that after they made that, and Marvel's like, never again. You can't. No, you cannot.
It's like, we fucked up.
And they were like, okay, I guess we'll have to make our own series from now on. And that's how Kamen Rider got started.
Yeah. And Kamen Rider ended up, like, totally slapping. Wait, there's a way I can check this? Oh, I don't yet have that function.
Oh,
It's grayed out. I imagine
Right.
I get it next. Oh, that's cool. I can see all the valuable stuff.
getting
It's like my
sucked
yearly
away.
salary going up there.
But I really like the idea of it's like, oh yeah, Kamen Rider? It's like, yeah, well, we wouldn't have had Kamen Rider if they didn't actually start making
That's the
Japanese
weird
Spider-Man,
thing. It's
right?
like, yeah, sometimes it's like Jodorowsky's Dune.
Right.
Like, if that movie had not happened, we might not have Alien or Blade Runner or Indiana Jones or all this other stuff. So
I went to that documentary just to kind of get a sense of what was the ridiculous thing he was going to make, and then to walk away with this idea of that, oh, none of that matters.
Yeah.
What matters is how it completely changed modern sci-fi in
it's just like,
cinema.
oh, this had a resounding impact.
Because they just
Also,
put the same people in one room.
and also Alejandro Jodorowsky is a fucking maniac. Yes. Like, he is just insane. Like the time, was it Chris Foss or Ron Cobb who, like, he spiked him with DMT? He's like, this is very special marijuana. And he, like, explains that, when he was giving his brief, he just, like, did this and all these sacred geometries came out of him. Oh, fuck. God, that's a good documentary. Watch Jodorowsky's Dune if you get the chance. Like, it is really, really, really worth it.
Oh, Kamen Rider was 1971. So what was it that... Because Spider-Man inspired something else.
Power Rangers?
No, I mean, maybe, but it was like they picked that up, and it was like because they made that, they were able to make something else.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So there's 2 seasons of Super Sentai before Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah, no, let's get all this information right.
Yeah.
Because everything I'd heard was that, no, it had that Spider-Man happened first, and things came after. It's like, okay, no, that's good to know.
Brief aside, have you seen Italian Spider-Man?
I have only ever watched the one clip of like the opening or whatever,
It's
which is
very good. Well, I mean, his power is he has a shotgun. He actually has, like, other things, but, like, it's
Great.
really, really great. That's actually maybe one example of somebody being successful trying to make something campy on purpose.
right.
It's very rare, I find, but it was very good. Italian Spider-Man and Danger 5 are both amazing. And remember, kill Hitler. Gosh, I hope there's nothing important attached to that. Kobe.
Look at that, nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Japanese Spider-Man inspired adding robots to Super Sentai.
Oh!
Yeah, because before that, the first 2 or 3 that came out were just people in suits fighting. And then after Leopardon and everything else, it was like, oh, we should totally do...
I wonder, like, who was the first to do the, like...
Combiners?
Well, yeah, like Voltron kind of things. Like, Voltron has become synonymous with that, but, like, who was the first to kind of do that?
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't know.
I mean, I could understand Super Sentai like just having like having a big robot, and then at some point being like, wait, we gave them all robots, they all click together. But
because there's a shitload of Super Sentai, as I recall.
Oh
like,
yeah.
They, to the point where they did series combining, or just like having throwbacks to them. Like there was one that I saw. I think you may have told me about it, where like. They gained the power to channel the power of like every Super Sentai team.
Oh, Gokaiga. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was the 35th anniversary special.
That makes sense.
And they were pirates. So there was that was the 5 who were at the center of things. They had a giant ass pirate ship, and they were dressed as very fancy pirates. And so they would they had a big bowl full of tinier little toy things that they would then of each of the different characters from all the other series.
Merchandising.
Yeah, and they'd pull them out and they'd stick them into their transforming machine so they could become them, and they would fight like them for a bit, and then they would change into their actual Super Sentai form for Gokaiger, and then they would get their... It was very complicated stuff, because it's like, okay, first we have to introduce the problem, then we have to get them to fight like the other groups, then we have to get them to fight like themselves, then we have to get them to fight in their giant robots. And I'm like, that's a lot to go on in
I don't know,
a
man.
half
Like, have you
hour.
seen some of the fucking like laser death beam that they make in the Super Sentais? Where like they take all their guns and they combine them together, and it's this enormous fucking like rotating bazooka thing.
Yeah, which
and it shoots optical lightning at them, which of course always looks amazing. And
it surprises me that you can't buy that kind of thing with that, like for every series, that the combining weapon thing isn't like a thing you can just buy them and stick them together.
yeah,
but
what the hell? I mean, they did that for
seems
some
like-
of them.
Yeah, but like,
Oh, did I not throw that one in? Yeah, Super Sentai is pretty great. I downloaded. I didn't watch too much of it, but I was watching a little bit of the original Ultraman,
oh yeah,
which I feel like that's pretty influential. Not the least of which is like how direct a line you can draw from that to fucking Evangelion.
yeah. Thanks, Don.
I don't know
yeah.
why I didn't like think of it before, but
Yeah.
it's just like, oh right, they have a time limit, just like Ultraman.
Yeah. If you so there's a live action show and manga called Blue Blazes, and it's the mangaka who did it, the person telling the story, is the person who made Blazing Transfer Student.
Okay.
This is their story of them going to University of Osaka and joining the arts department. And I'm like, I'm gonna make amazing shit. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna make amazing shit. I'm dedicated to making amazing shit, right?
Yep.
And
New certification level
Hey.
awarded. License upgraded.
nice. And so he was like, I'm gonna totally do this. And as he starts to try to do his assignments and to figure out what it is he's gonna be this amazing, like, I don't know, animator or manga. It seems like it's not really clear what he wants to, but he's just gonna be amazing. And then like sitting 3 chairs behind him is Hideaki Anno in the same class, right?
Fuck.
And
Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. Make the most of your shift by fanning the tiny sparks of effort into flames of profitability.
great. And it was just like, because at the time nobody knows who Anno is, obviously, but then they had to like make a short film or something for the for their like showcase, and he animated it. Like Anno did an animation, and everyone sitting there was like, who on earth is this guy?
Yeah.
Because he did it all by hand, and it was amazing. It was all pencil, but it was amazing, and they're just like, he was like, this guy is now my rival. The fact that I can remember Anno's name, but not the mangaka who did Blue Blazes,
Yep.
I think is saying something, but...
I mean, Anno's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, and I love that, because his whole thing was, Anno was like, all right, and I'm going to go... He didn't give a shit about anybody, because he was just like, I just want to make fan movies about Ultraman. I just want to stand and be Ultraman, and I want to do the thing. Yeah, right? Like
I didn't fucking realize that that's like a Christianity
Yeah!
thing. That's wild
Yeah.
to me.
He just loved Ultraman so much, and he was like, I'm going to make my own Ultraman movies. I'm going to do all this stuff. And I'm like, you watch it, and you're like, oh my god, he's always been like this. He's never not been this person.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's your turn.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go to break, and then we'll do the whole shuffle.
Sounds good. Doesn't mean a guess. Maybe I'll come back to this. Maybe something else. We'll see. But for now, it's Beach's turn to play Fallout, and I should probably go home and sleep because I have to be back here at like 6 or something.
Great. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Hello. So don't go away.
Down here on the OBS, just go to break.
Or
Yeah. Just
oh yeah, there we go. Okay.